morning, a man is now behind bars after he's accused for inciting riots and races in Nashville.
One of the largest news stories that we have had in many years, Keller Moore.
And Metro Police make an arrest in connection to street races in Nashville.
Hundreds of people to watch dangerous activity.
5 years in jail is what I was facing 3 years ago in Nashville, Tennessee for car meets. Now, where does all that stand now? It's been 3 years. Am I still facing 5 years in jail? Am I broke from legal fees? The answer is yes to that one, but that's the only answer I'm gonna give you because all the rest, we're gonna talk about it in today's video. Now, the other thing, a lot of you might just think, oh, I like pissing off the police and wrapping my cars to emulate a police vehicle. That's not the case. There's a reason behind all of this, and I don't think a lot of you are actually caught up on that because when my arrest charges went down, that was 3 years ago, and I had significantly less followers back then. Thought I might as well do a little catch-up video. This is not the first iteration of this rap. The first one was black and white. It was similar to a Franklin, Tennessee police officer. That was the idea behind that color scheme. But funny enough, the charges did not come out of Franklin, Tennessee. That's just where I used to live at the time, and I thought their police cars looked really cool. But a lot of people started to get the idea that I was like taking a shot at Franklin PD, which is not the case. I love you, Franklin PD. Most of you. Some of you suck. Actually, f you. I can't say that. Anyway, the wrap. This is V2.3 because I've like changed a couple things on this every now and then, which actually, you see this gap right here? I'm fixing that tomorrow, I think.
I was actually looking at that and kind of liked it.
Really?
Like, I thought it looked cool.
There was a different logo here, so we took that off.
Can you say that?
I just did.
I know, but are you gonna keep it?
Why are you questioning it, Jake?
I don't know, man. I just work here.
Okay, so obviously I had the DDE stuff on it. We make jokes about all that shit right now. There's nothing bad there. Back to my arrest charges. Let's go to one of the first places I ever had a car meet. While I tell you guys the story, give you some updates from my buddy Blake out. He's got a not slow R35. Oh. He is waiting. I literally think that cop is about to follow us. Yep, he just pulled out. He is speeding to catch up to me. He's gonna light me up, watch this. What the hell did I do? There we go, lit up.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
The reason for the stop is just because you don't have no tag lights, okay? It's a sick-ass car, I know it is, but you need some tag lights to illuminate the plate.
Can I look at it?
100%.
All right.
First name, Caller?
Yes, sir.
Where are the lights supposed to be at? They gotta be illuminated.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought those were always on.
How much was a rat job?
Sponsored. Shout out Nomad Nashville.
See right here?
Okay. Interesting.
Well, I'm just letting you know.
No, I get it, yeah.
Obviously, you got the car to attract attention. So it attracts attention.
Right.
So if you're gonna attract attention, you gotta make sure it's...
I got you. 100%. That makes sense.
That was an interesting start to the night.
It's because I don't have any lights on my plate. That's what he pulled me for. I've never seen this car on the road before. He just got this not too long ago. Holy shit, that's loud. Maybe I'll get a GTR someday. Never really been my cup of tea, but every time I'm around one, I don't know. Love the tail lights on GTRs. I say that, but then I get back in the R8 and it's like... Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the R8.
Your last name's Moore.
It is. Is that yours?
It is. I'm Jeff Moore.
Nice to meet another Moore. There we go. So you say you saw this all over TikTok?
Man, I have.
So you like it?
I love it.
There's a lot of people that don't like it on the internet, so...
Is this going on the top?
It could. It could.
Get a glimpse of the truck if you don't mind.
Oh, there we go, man.
I passed you here a while back, and I remember seeing a thing over like California or something.
Yep.
They made you kind of rip.
They did. They didn't have me take the wrap off. She told me that if I drove it again on a public street, I'd get arrested and the car would be impounded.
So it leaves here on its wheels, and we catch you, you'll be arrested.
I was on probation, and so I'm like, all right, to avoid a pointless arrest, I just started ripping it off because I was like, I knew I would have won it in court. The car's illegal, but if I get arrested, then I get a probation violation, so it's just pointless.
What does state troopers right here think about it?
They think it's very cool. Their ADA does not.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Every time I pass one on the highway and we're like riding next to each other, they always give me a thumbs up and, you know.
Sweet car. I
Thank you, man.
Compliments you on it.
Oh, yeah, dude. Thanks so much, man. Great meeting you. Shout out Crow Overwatch Security.
Mr. Moore.
Turns out we are related somehow. I'm in a very specific parking lot right now because this is the parking lot that changed the narrative for a lot of what I do in a very negative way. Were you at this event?
I was parked right there, actually. I remember.
You remember?
I do.
All right, well, I didn't even introduce you. This is my buddy Blake.
What's up, guys?
I've known him for years now, but he was around during the time I was doing the car meets, so it's like, might as well bring out a homie that actually knows what went down. All the car meets that I used to host, the intention for them was to become a nightlife cars and coffee. And if you saw my episode I did on VinWiki, actually I did 2 now, because I updated the VinWiki viewers on some of the case at one point. I tell these stories in full, so I'm gonna kind of recap them just a little bit here. The point was to become a nightlife cars and coffee, because all the events around here are like 7 in the morning. It's a very specific crowd that ends up going. My whole goal was to create something, again, at nighttime, but something that also a younger crowd could get into and look forward to. I would create a flyer, I would throw it up on Instagram on like a Friday or Saturday night, sometimes with a couple hours notice, sometimes with a couple days notice. Again, the whole goal is to just be a chill nightlife cars and coffee. People come, park up, hang out, have a good time. There were a lot of people that would like bring their kids out. They would drive from other states to come in, which was really cool because that's how big they got. The word was spreading so much that these turned into like a thing. Like people wanted to be at these events. For that part, very grateful for. To add, I will be doing them again at some point, but that's another thing we'll get to. We've all seen Takeover Patrol on the side of my R8. I take over, we've all seen them on Instagram. Donuts in an intersection. You always see videos of people getting smacked and people getting ran over by cars, literally. Typically, it would all start, there's somebody that will do a burnout to get their 5 seconds of fame on a Snapchat story that about 23 people are gonna see. So fantastic if that's you. What people don't realize is by doing that, that's vandalism to the property. Depending on what you do, if you start swinging donuts or whatever at somebody else's car meet, that's reckless driving, but it falls back on the host. If it is not explicitly like they have a place for you to do that and you just decide to do that, it goes back on the host, not you. If you are one of these people, then you're definitely thinking, oh, well, why do I give a f? Like, I don't care. Well, we know you don't care. The last event before everything went south was going to be at Nissan Stadium. They have like the largest parking lot in all of Nashville. I had partnered with an event that happens in Nashville once a year called the Music City Grand Prix. It's an IndyCar race that they do on the streets of Nashville, and they were looking to bring a younger crowd to that event. They asked me to help. We had partnered to do a sponsored event at Nissan Stadium before the race. I hold a car meet as normal, but they were going to fund usage of the lot, the insurance. We hired security, a rigging company to come out and build a stage. We were gonna have a DJ. We were gonna have all this stuff. It was gonna be the biggest, most legit event I had ever done. The police contacted Nissan Stadium beforehand and they're like, you're not doing this. Like, you don't know who you're leasing this space to. The police shut that one down before it ever even happened, which sucked because it was going to be the biggest one. Not long after that, I ended up getting a call from a trooper and he's at my parents' house with like 3 other troopers and they were looking for me. So they essentially wanted me to meet them at my parents' house to get arrested. Well, I do, call my attorney, tell him that, hey, there's some troopers that are literally wanting me to meet up with them to get arrested. They're definitely about to say what's up.
That's awesome.
Thank you. My attorney is immediately like, yeah, no, so that's not happening actually. You're gonna come to my office, we're gonna book you because it's better to book yourself than getting captured, so to speak. I go and book myself into jail. Funny enough, Cody, Whistling Diesel, came with me to book myself.
But they didn't tell you until an hour ago that they were arresting you, right?
No, today was the first time I've ever heard of warrants, I've ever heard of anything. And they went to my parents' house and they've like scared my parents like beyond belief.
And why are they doing this?
It's for car meets. They're saying that it's inciting a riot. I think they said 5 warrants. 5.
But since when have you known that you had a warrant?
I haven't. I literally haven't.
Yeah, I just hope I can get bailed out tonight. That's the only concern right now. On weekends, sometimes it can be tricky, and the judge has to review it, right? And then I'm stuck there till Monday morning. It's kind of a move, honestly, for them to issue a warrant on a Friday night like that.
Do you think this is about the stadium meet?
No, because that one had permits, insurance, security, literally everything was set in stone, exactly what they wanted.
He's wanting right now.
Okay.
Is there any chance we get some information on the reason for the warrant?
They have it.
Okay.
I went to his house to pick him up. And he wasn't there for the warrant or whatever. And we had told him to meet us down here.
I'm a lawyer up running. Sorry.
I'm just gonna tell you, I have dreamed for this moment. Personally, I wish it was me, because I have dreamed for this. I want to be arrested for some dumb where it's not even justified, because it's more embarrassing for them than you. Do we have any information on why he's being arrested?
Yeah, please, like, right. Don't know, bro. Wouldn't it?
Don't know anything beyond that? Okay.
brother, man. Let's roll.
I spent probably like 6 hours in jail, but it felt like forever because they undercooked my steak. I get out of jail, bail myself out. A couple streets over from here is where the jail was. Should we drive over there? Reenact me walking out of jail? Yo, fresh out, man. What's the move?
What'd I miss?
How the kids? It's like, bro, you were in there for like 3 hours. I get out of jail. They give you your stuff back. I got my phone back and whatever. I turn my phone on. I didn't even think about this, but at the time, there was an Instagram page called Scoop Nashville. They are notorious for posting people's mugshots and the reason why they got arrested and all this stuff. And it was like a really popular page in Nashville. It's like 3 in the morning at this point when they release me. I turn my phone on and it just goes of all these notifications and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what's going on? I go to Instagram. This post is blowing up because it's like local street racing organizer Keller Moore charged with 5 counts of inciting the riot. The last time I checked, a car meet where people are parked up, hanging out, having a good time. Obviously minus the burnouts and whatever that the dumbasses were doing. That is not a riot. A riot is something that would have to be with a violent intent. We just weren't doing that at all. This location, I held a car meet here, another mention of Whistling Diesel. He showed up and unveiled his R34 GTR. Oh my God, that event went, no, it was a civil event. What am I saying?
Under this bridge, there was a takeover circle going on.
There are thousands of people around, and they're all just like egging it on, whatever. And not to mention, there's police here too, and they didn't f***ing do a single thing. Every single one of my events, police would always hear about it, and they would always show up before it happened. And every single time, and I know you guys have body camera footage of this, I would go up to the police every single time, and I would be like, hey, I'm the host of the event. Is there anything that you need from me? They would always just be like, nope, we're just here to make sure things don't get out of hand. Well, they would get out of hand, and the police would not do a single thing. Some of the time, I would go up to them and ask them why, and they would just be like, oh, we're outnumbered. Not much we can do. Then what the f*** are you guys doing? Anyway, that's what happened at this one.
And I think that is the one that really ticked the police off because there were literally choppers up here.
Obviously, with charges like these, it's not cheap to fight. At least not with the representation that I wanted, because I obviously want to make sure that these go away. So one thing that I did to try and help, and honestly did not really help that much, I sold mugshot merch, which funny enough, this will be like the last time I ever mention mugshot merch ever because I'm about to take that link down. So if you do want mugshot merch, this will probably be the last time you'll ever be able to buy any. Fast forward to now. I'm on probation. That was something I had accepted because all of the charges will be expunged when the probation is up. That's very cool. Shout out to my attorney, Warwick Robinson. You're a G for that. Because basically our options at that point were like, we can take this probation and I just don't f*** up until the end of the probation and then they're expunged, or we can try and fight it and not have probation and just have it expunged altogether, but who knows how long that could go on. I think that was the best decision personally. So I have to be a good boy. I don't know. Yeah, do it. That is why I have my car wrapped like this. Essentially me showing the police like I'm on your side. So all the people that think that I'm just like trying to impersonate a cop or just be a douchebag, well, you're right that I'm a douchebag, but this has a reason behind it. Anti-riot unit. I was charged with 5 counts of inciting to riot. I have spent a lot of money on legal fees, which actually my attorney, if you're watching this right now, I think I literally have an unpaid invoice that maybe I have to go on a payment plan. Actually, I know I have to go on a payment plan. That's actually true. I'm dead serious. Sell those videos, bro. Damn. No, that's the only good thing I got left, man. My BBSs. Here's something that I haven't really talked too much about that I don't think people understand went down when all of this went down. There's a couple things work-related that were impacted as a result of me having 5 pending charges, right? Back when I worked with Whistling Diesel, there was a collaboration that he did with Zoomies for like a merch release. There was a fan meet and greet that we did at the Cool Springs Mall in Franklin. I can't remember if it was the mall or if it was Zoomies. One of the two. They were contacted beforehand, basically saying Keller can't be at this fan meetup. He just can't be on the property because of his history, you know, my charges, essentially. Little things like that started popping up here and there where people didn't want to associate with me. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with charges that I didn't want to associate with other people. I didn't want these people to show up at my events, yet they did, and now boom, now I'm in the hot seat and I'm taking the hit. And there's a lot of people out there that say it just seems like you can't control people that come to your events. When they got so big, I started to have security. I legitimately have old DMs of me with a group chat of people that I hired to come to these events and survey the parking lot and tell people the rules when they drive in and whatever. If you went to some of these events and, you know, you remember that happening, like, comment down below, like, tell your perspective and whatever. Like, I'm genuinely interested to hear and, like, show other people that, like, this really did happen. I was working towards creating a safer environment once they got so big. Will I ever bring the car meets back? I know people that live in Nashville, you guys DM me this just about every single single day of my life? Yes, but there's gonna be a lot of changes. One of the main things about my old car meets that I loved was the fact that they were free. I never wanted to make a dime off of anybody. Obviously, the mugshot merch is one thing because that was as a result of legal fees, right? I think going forward, if I do them again, obviously, there's gonna be high anticipation for me to do one. In order for me to get enough security, enough insurance, and a property big enough to do it, I'm gonna have to charge admission. It's gonna be extremely expensive, and on top of that, if people have tickets, it's gonna weed out a lot of the people who wanna just show up and give me writing charges, essentially. Technically, I could do them now. I just have to go through a long, lengthy process of actually getting it set up for me to do it. When all that starts to unfold, I will keep you guys in the loop. Maybe we do like a giant venue, like a speedway, or maybe we just like buy the earth or something. First of all, I just need enough money to buy the earth. So yeah, again, mugshot merch down below. All right, well, Blake and I were gonna do a quick rip down Broadway before going home. We passed by the Pagani dealership, brand new in Nashville. It hasn't even opened yet. This is the first time I've passed by here that they actually have cars in here now. That's a Wyra shape. However, with that wing, I think it's like the Imola or something?
It's something.
The Imola edition?
Like,
I don't know. Now that Nashville has a Pagani dealership, there's already been a Pagani service center for a long time now, but that is crazy.
Probably one of the coolest things that we've gotten in the city.
Blake was just saying something funny. This corner right here is notorious for people crashing into this building right here. And Pagani decided to buy that building, and now there's billions of dollars worth of cars parked right there for a Honda Civic to crash into. So
at least 3 times that building's been absolutely destroyed. So we'll see how long that lasts.